Script: What happens in the spirit when you resist lust? Opening hook: Most people see lust as a private struggle, a personal temptation, a moment of weakness that comes and goes. But this message suggests something far deeper is happening. According to the narrator, every time a person resists lust, a battle is taking place in the unseen realm. And that battle has consequences far beyond a single moment of self-control. Section 1. Lust as spiritual warfare. The video describes lust not simply as a human impulse, but as an ancient spiritual force that seeks to influence identity and purpose. Instead of viewing temptation as random, the message frames it as part of a larger spiritual conflict. In this perspective, saying no to lust is not just a moral decision. It becomes an act of resistance. The narrator compares this moment of resistance to a powerful shockwave in the unseen realm, a decision that disrupts forces that depend on distraction, addiction, and emotional manipulation. Section 2. Breaking generational cycles. The message also explores the idea that destructive patterns can move through generations. Habits, attitudes, and weaknesses often repeat themselves across family lines. According to this teaching, lust can become part of that pattern. When one generation struggles with addiction, secrecy, or broken relationships, the next generation may inherit similar struggles. But the narrator argues that resistance can interrupt that cycle. Choosing discipline today is presented as a way of protecting the future. Instead of continuing a pattern of bondage, the individual becomes the turning point where the pattern stops. Section 3. The illusion of counterfeit intimacy. Another key theme is the idea of counterfeit intimacy. Lust promises connection, pleasure, and emotional relief. But according to the message, that promise is temporary. The dopamine surge of temptation may feel powerful in the moment, but it often leaves behind emptiness and disconnection. Rather than building genuine intimacy or meaningful relationships, lust can create isolation and spiritual distance. In contrast, the video suggests that real fulfillment comes from deeper connection with Jesus Christ and living according to spiritual purpose. Section 4. Heaven's response to resistance. The narrator describes an unseen reaction that occurs when someone repeatedly resists temptation. Instead of weakness, that resistance builds spiritual strength. The message uses symbolic language to describe heaven responding with support and protection. Periods of solitude, which many people experience when trying to change destructive habits, are portrayed not as punishment, but as preparation. According to the teaching, these seasons allow individuals to grow stronger, develop discipline, and rebuild their spiritual foundation. Section 5. From slave to leader. The final message is about transformation. The narrator contrasts two identities. One is the person controlled by impulse, constantly chasing temporary pleasure. The other is the individual who develops mastery over their desires. In this framework, resisting lust becomes part of a larger transformation, a shift from reacting to impulses to leading one's life with purpose and authority. Instead of being controlled by temptation, the individual begins to operate with clarity and discipline. Closing reflection. Temptation is a universal human experience, but this message encourages viewers to see their choices through a broader spiritual lens. Every moment of resistance becomes a step toward freedom. Every act of discipline strengthens identity. And over time, those choices can reshape not only a person's life, but the legacy they leave behind. Because sometimes the quietest victories, the ones no one else sees, are the battles that change everything.